everyone, it's great to be back with you for another Saturday episode. As you can see, my eyes are no longer black from my eye surgery, but I do still have a lot of swelling. But be that as it may, we need to go ahead and keep on keeping on. Uh, this last week, we took a look at the blood evidence from the ambush, and we were able to gain a lot of insights about what the blood evidence told us. Now, this week, we wanted to take another look back at a past episode, as this might be something that District Attorney General Mark Davidson is also having to consider as he decides what to do with the information that the TBI is giving him. And what we're going to take a look at specifically is what it would have been like to try and drive that route that the ambush party took from the church to the first and second ambush sites on August 12th, 1967 at 4:45 in the morning. Now, Buford claimed they did it without any headlights, and I want everyone to see what that would have looked like, and if they think that an ambush party could have caught up with Buford the way that he described it to be. Here we go. Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody back to my YouTube studio today. We're going to be taking a look at the ambush sites again. This is going to be part 2 of In the Dark. The idea behind all this is so that people can see what it might have been like when Buford and Pauline drove down New Hope Road that day. Now, we're going to start off by recapping what we did last week. We're going to show the drive from the Methodist Church to the first ambush site first in the daylight hours, and then secondly in the pre-dawn hours. And following that, what we're going to do is take a look at the entire ambush route from the church to the second ambush site. And again, we'll do it in both daylight and dark. So keep in mind that pre-dawn hours covers a large period of time. It could be anywhere from almost totally dark to just partial light. We just took a stab at what we felt like would make for a good video. Now, Jim Moffitt and TBI's Warren Jones established the ambush as being at 4:45 in the morning. So it was really dark at that point in time. So keep that in mind as you view these videos, and we'll go from there. First, a recap from last week. Now, as we pull out onto the roadway, notice the pavement. It's more of a blacktop now, where back in the days it was either a chat or a chert type road, loose gravel. There was no center line, especially one that was reflective. And there were certainly no driveways or homes here in this area where an ambush party could have been hiding. There were no road signs like the ones you see here. And much of the route was covered in a tree canopy. Had we not had our parking lights on and following the reflective sign, we would not have seen the curve that we're going around right now. Now, keep in mind it was 4:45 in the morning when they did all this, and there was a partial moon, but I'm not sure how much light that would have provided if you're driving this with no headlights. You're back again in the canopy with the first ambush site now visible in the distance. To me, it doesn't add up that a party could come from a dead stop, chase down a moving car, and catch up with it by the time it reaches this bridge. Buford's story just doesn't add up. Now let's take a look at that same drive in the dark. Okay, this is what it looked like with the headlights on, but once you turn those off, it's dark. It's difficult to see the road in front of you even though we're using our parking lights. Our parking lights provided just enough illumination that we could see the center stripe in the road. Now if you look up, you can see that it is pre-dawn. You see the lights from houses, but it's difficult to see the houses. And those were not there at the time. Neither were side streets or driveways. No road signs existed back then. Once you got into under the canopy of the trees, it became really dark. Without the use of our parking lights, we would not have seen these road signs to the side to indicate that we were in a curve. Now we come out from under the tree canopy and you have a little more light, but again, the alleged ambush party did this at 4:45 a.m. when it would have been even darker than it is in this video. Now we're back under the canopy of the trees again and it gets really dark. The parking lot provides just enough illumination that we can see and follow that center line. And that reflective line again was not there back in 1967. In the distance, you can see the upcoming ambush site. And it's difficult to believe that an ambush party could have started from a dead stop and chased Buford's speeding car all the way down this road, caught up with it by the time we reached this bridge without the use of its headlights. Buford's story doesn't add up. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that it would have been almost impossible for an ambush party to have followed Buford down this road in the dark, and keeping in mind that it was probably darker then than what we showed in this video. And also, I was using my parking lights to navigate. Be sure and subscribe and hit that bell so that you'll get notifications of new videos when they're released. Now I hope you can see why that I don't believe that an ambush party could have left that church from a dead stop and chased Buford down without the use of the headlights. He claimed that he was going 45, 50 miles an hour. And by the time that the ambush party pulled out from behind the church, he would have been long gone. It's only 7/10 of a mile. It doesn't take that long to drive that, less than a minute for Buford. Well, by the time that car pulled out onto the roadway, they wouldn't have been able to see Buford's taillights any longer, so they couldn't use those as a reference point. And without the use of their headlights, there was a lot of things that they wouldn't have seen, just like I mentioned in those curves that we went around. You did get some additional light whenever you would come out from under the canopy of the trees, but that wasn't all that often. So there's just a lot there that says that Buford was not telling the truth about the way that the ambush went down. And that's just what happened between the church and the first ambush site. We haven't even discussed what happened between the first ambush site and the second ambush site. So there is that. More to come. At any rate, that's just one of the things that Mark Davidson is probably going to have to take a look at as he reviews the TBI's file on the ambush. You take that, you take the blood evidence, you take the various witnesses that have come up that were not part of the original investigation. There's a lot there to consider, but we'll let it go at that for today. We'll be doing another video and next Saturday showing more of the things that Mark Davidson is probably having to consider. Thursday, we'll have our regular broadcast. So just remember, until then, truth has no agenda. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on Thursday.